That's very open-ended. So I guess he's gonna build up everything in the meantime. Like he's gonna build up a new, not necessarily a new order, but I guess create a safe haven. I'm pretty sure a third game got confirmed, but I can't see them doing another game in between this and Empire. Episode 4. I feel like the next thing they do will be after the OT. Because if they do it after the OT, what would be the point? I guess there could be another one where he's building everything up and they get found by the Empire? Oh man, I don't know where this is gonna go from here. But then again, I didn't know what they were gonna do for the sequel to Fallen Order either. So this is a fantastic game. I would say that this is a game of the year contender if it weren't for all of the technical issues. The fact that I was getting them on the PS5, okay, not even PC, but PS5. Like I can understand crashes and stuff on a PC because every PC is different, but the PS5, your game should not be crashing on a console. I feel like it came out a little too early so they could get those bugs out, but at least the game itself is fantastic. The level design is great. Even the backtracking is much better than in Fallen Order. Everything in this game is better than Fallen Order outside of the optimization. Everything. I think most of y'all will be able to agree with that. The combat's better. Like all of the abilities they added are better. The skills they added are better. The level design is better. Okay, to the point where when you backtrack, you're backtracking. The areas that you backtrack to that you didn't have access to before are now like they're almost like brand new, right? Like you go up the mountain and you're going from the greenery and rocky caverns of Kobo up into an Imperial starbase, up into a sky base, right? There's all these new areas and everything. And then there's a swamp too. And then there's a tar, I guess that's also a swamp, a tar swamp. There's so many different areas on just Kobo. Like it all feels like different sections, which makes it great. So props to them on that. They really did improve on every single thing. I don't know how they improve on this for the third game. Because nobody wants to do the losing your abilities crap again. You know, like I can't see a reason for it in a new game. I just can't, you know, like this isn't Metroid. He's not gonna just somehow forget what he's done. Unless the next game has us playing with a grown-up Kata who's somehow force sensitive. I don't know. She could be force sensitive considering her dad is a Jedi. So actually no, never mind. That actually makes a lot of sense. Kata's probably has force abilities and she will be a new Jedi. So the next game could actually be using her as the protagonist over whatever's happening post, what's the name of episode 6? I can't even remember the name of episode 6. But post episode 6, like she could be the character being played there. That would be neat. You know, and then we get to see a grown-up Cal and Marin, especially since Cal right now is essentially a Jedi Master. I consider him a Jedi Master. He's too good. He's too good, man. Like, and all of the mental stuff he had to go through today, like not even today, but since he came back, like he's gone through a lot. Like I would consider him a master. And definitely one of my favorite canon characters at this point. Also, Seer's whole section was really good too. It was completely unexpected. I wasn't expecting to have to play with Seer. But I like how she had a couple different abilities from Cal that to me show that there's like certain ways that Cal, he doesn't use the force in that way because it's just not his thing, right? Like Cal needs stim packs to heal from BD, but Seer uses the force to heal. She has force healing, which I've seen before in other Star Wars games. You don't see it much like canon really, but you do see it in games. It's like a really good light side ability. So she can heal herself, and also like when she's blocking, when you block, for anybody who hasn't played, whenever you block with Seer, the first hit is always a counter, even if you're holding it beforehand. That's the only reason I was able to really fight Vader as well as I did, honestly, is because the first time you hold it, it's an automatic parry, which to me would show like maybe that's her form, right? Like that's her stance, which would kind of make sense considering she's much older than Cal. She was a Jedi Master before Order 66, so she's had way more time to actually work in the Force, so she would be able to do things beyond what Cal is capable of. Cal, on the other hand, since he is like a technology, I guess he's a technology whiz, is able to modify his whole lightsaber, which I've never seen before, but that's so cool. Honestly, they should do that more often. I think every Jedi should learn tech skills so that they can modify their lightsabers on the fly and just pick whatever form fits their situation. Now that does mean that they have to learn more and more ways of fighting. Like there are actual combat stances like that they learn. I somehow doubt a lot of these new forms are made for that, but I guess you can come up with your own thing and just incorporate other stuff you've learned. I don't think you're gonna find regular Jedi using a blaster like Cal or Bo did. I guess Bo is just a dark Jedi at this point. Anyway, shout out to Respawn Entertainment. They clearly really liked this game. It really is too bad about all of the performance issues, but I think once those are out, people will be able to focus on the fact that this is just a really good game. And it's also kind of unfortunate it came out right around the same time as Tears of the Kingdom. That also kind of sucks. I know, at least for me, I don't know about anybody else, but at least for me, I am the only one of my friends playing this. Everybody else is playing Zelda. And I wanted to beat this before Zelda came out, but I just couldn't because I have a life. And they're all just playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm sitting here just playing Jedi Survivor, and I'm just like, it's a good game, but nobody understands. Nobody wants to hear it because they're all playing Zelda, and they don't want to hear about Star Wars. I have nobody to talk to about this. I'm so sad. Anyway, fantastic game. I'm sure it'll get a nomination for Game of the Year. I kind of doubt it's gonna win though, if only because of the not even frame rate, the performance problems. There's too many of them. And even though I didn't care too much, but you have to take that into account. Like the performance issues drops it from like a 9 to an 8 in my opinion. It drops it at least 1 full point, which prevents it from being, I think, the winner of Game of the Year at this point. So this game is still great. I suggest that everybody gets it. If you're on PC, maybe wait until it's patched up, honestly. If you've got a console, PS5 or Xbox, go ahead and get it. There are some frame rate drops, but I'd say overall it's still worth it because the frame rate drops sort of lower the experience a bit. It's mostly in the cutscenes and in the big open areas, obviously. I don't know if that's all going to get fixed. It should. This is a PS5. It should be able to run this stuff at a consistent 60 FPS. But on console, for sure, this is still worth playing. So thanks for listening. I'm Glucose. If you like the video, leave a like. I'm going to try and do more reviews of the games I play instead of just playing through them. So if you want more of that, go ahead and subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.